everybody. Hi out there. Hey, Doc. Hey, Froggy and Claude. Claude got it first. Dude, I am. I like this song for the opening. Even taxidermist. Yeah. I know, I'm a special kind of special. Alrighty. So I got a plan. Do I got a plan? How's everybody? Hey, Drop. How you doing? No nap. Uh-oh. See that? I packed a thermos so I don't have to keep running out to the kitchen. I walked through the living room. I said, baby, I'm going to work. Call me if you need anything. Well, Claude, I know most of the people that land in this room, right? Especially you guys. You guys have been paying through the nuts forever. Right? I got a plan. I'm like just really, really upset about this whole stinking, rotten abortion thing. You know what I mean? Come on, get out of here. What's this thing here? Get, let me back in my chat room. Go. Something about a Microsoft account. There you go. So, I can't wrap my little brain around women going into full-term abortions. And I grew up in the 60s. So I'm kind of thinking, can't we like schedule a protest and make it to where the father has to sign papers? Anything over 3 months, it has to have both, hello Gus, both the mother and the father, because that is the father's child too. It takes two to make that baby. Those girls don't get pregnant on a hobby horse. Get this speaker cranking here. And yeah, the woman ends up with the brunt of it, but y'all don't have any say if a woman keeps the baby. I mean, it's a oopsies. Hi, Dennis. Welcome. It's an oopsies. I'm pregnant. Whatever. Hi, Karen. Welcome. So I'm thinking, I mean, a lot of us are Christians, and it's just not right. You cannot have a baby at full term. Hi, John. Welcome. I'm going to let everybody get in for a minute. Fresh coffee. I love it. Oh. It is drop, and I wish people didn't have it. I mean, I never had kids. I wanted kids. You know how expensive it is to adopt a kid? You know, anybody can have a kid. Well, I mean, if they can, anybody can have a kid. But can they be a parent? Do they want to be a parent? And because they don't want to be a parent and they basically got caught with their pants down, you know, they get the right to kill. I don't see it right. But I think that maybe if we start a protest, this is why the Democrats did not want Kavanaugh in there. And this is why they did. Hi, Dean. This is why. Hi, Gunn. This is why they were afraid Kavanaugh would revisit Roe versus Wade. And I'm thinking, you guys, you really do get the shitty end of the stick. Girl says, oh, I'm on the pill. I'm on the pill. Y'all start getting a little rough. I'm pregnant. And then it still doesn't work. You know, a year or two later, she's got 2-year-old. I'm leaving. And then, you know, the state just makes her life a whole lot better, and you can never even get in another relationship. You're living on a bridge somewhere. You can't even have your kid there because you don't have the right housing. So I think we start protesting. And even if it's to engage in any abortion, and if they can't come up with the father's name, and yeah, there has to be a DNA test. Someone's got to come up with that money. You can't say this is the father, that's the father. Okay. But we protest and we make it to where the mother and the father, whoever the father is, he has just as much rights. This is an equal rights society, right? Guys, you need your rights back. And maybe you want the baby. Why is it so selfish? I don't care if the woman carries it for 9 months. Without you guys, that baby wouldn't happen anyway. You need to do like an equal rights thing and get a bunch of Christians. People aren't even Christians, and they don't believe in murdering babies. Yeah, right? No, but yeah, the Maury show, Maury Povich should just be, who's your daddy? Okay, every time, you know, it's always the DNA thing. He's just got to change the name of his show or put it, Maury, who's your daddy? But I mean, they've crossed the line. They've definitely crossed the line. And I'm just, it's wrong. And guys, y'all been right through the fields for way too many years, since the 70s. You know, and y'all been paying for all their crap. It is, and it's unconstitutional for the pursuit of happiness. Babies are happy. Babies make other people happy. I'm just thinking, I mean, maybe we need to do some homework and see what kind of rights. I mean, besides it being absolutely murder, as soon as that baby has a heartbeat, it's a life. If you don't, if you don't want to have kids, get a neuroplant. Get your damn tubes tied if you want to shag the world. Get them tied. Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? I think I'd rather pay to get a woman's tubes tied than to have my tax money go to killing babies. I don't want my man's tax money to go to killing babies. Ooh, we turn around and say we ain't paying our taxes? What? We ain't paying? We ain't working? What? Hey, Bruce, that's good. That's really good. But see, for men, vasectomies are really hard to switch around. It's really hard. I mean, if a woman's willing to have tongues and pulling out arms and crap from there, then, you know, just get them little tubes tied. Or the Nora plant. It's 5 years. You know, I think girls at 16 should have to have a Nora plant. Well, back in my day, it was like 16 was like when the girls actually lost their virginity. It was that whole sweet 16, never been kissed. Yep. Yeah, I mean, if we could do abortion to the day they died, can we abort Nancy Pelosi? How about Mad Max? How about Cortez? For the greater good, Cortez. Come on, let us yank your arms off. So, I mean, there's got to be something. Petitions. I mean, I don't even think it's petitions. I think we need to just show up and say, no, it's murder. That's it. This is the last tipping point. And I hate to have to put any, but maybe people need to implant their freaking Benora plant. Your kid turned 16. Nowadays, I think they're doing it 12. That's 12 to 17. These kids are going to they experiment because they do. They're kids. Ooh, they don't even know what they're doing. Heck, I didn't know what I was doing until I was 19. I knew it felt good, but I didn't know that there was a reward in it. Oh, Trump's about to have a rally? Dang. If you drop a link, Ed, I can play it like a radio show thing. I mean, we can all listen to it. Yeah, isn't there some kind of rally going on for the border there? Well, drop a link. Well, because I want to listen. I came on. It's Monday, Sunday, Monday. No, it's just another manic Monday. Alrighty, let's listen to it. Yay! Oh, I get all riled up now. I'll be sitting there going, hoot, hoot, hoot. A manic Monday. No, Ed, I didn't. I was up all night. Cad's not doing good tonight either. I'm worried about his oxygen level. He was like 91 today. Now tonight he's 92 again. I vacuumed and mopped all the floors, and his oxygen level went up. Whew. Oh, are they cool? Can y'all hear my voice okay? Is this... Yeah, thanks, Ed. Oh, nobody. I mean, Froggy. Froggy, go up to AutoZone. Go up to one of those AutoZones or car park places, and usually they'll let you use the tools. All you need is a jump. Rocking into free world. There you go, Gus. Okay, good. 'Cause, yeah, I replay some of my shows to see if I could tweak it just a little bit better. And I finally understood what y'all were saying last night about y'all couldn't hear me because, I'm like back in here where everything was at the table. So the speaker's now all the way down here, see? Speaker and the mic, so everything's down this way. And I rearranged it. I put the drum. Hoot, hoot. Oh, USA.
Thank you very much, El Paso. Thank you very much. I am very, very thrilled to be here in the great state of Texas. Right on the banks of the legendary Rio Grande River. Well, I don't know, you heard, right? Today, we started a big, beautiful wall right on the Rio Grande.
Build that wall. Finish that wall.
Right back on the Rio Grande. I love this state, and I love the people of this state. We've had a great romance together, you know that. It's been a great romance. And we're only getting stronger together. That's what's happening. Wow, look at all the press back. You believe that?
Fake news.
The Academy Awards used to be. They've gone down a long way since they started hitting us a little bit, right?
Actually gonna finish that wall.
That was a long fall, but there they are. Last week I was honored to stand in the House chamber to deliver the State of the Union.
Pre-rolled cigarette.
And I asked both parties
finish that wall. He started it.
America. Since taking office 2 years ago, our economy is now the hottest economy anywhere on earth. Our military, which desperately needed funding, we went $700 billion, and $716 billion is more powerful than ever before. That was not a good situation. It was tired and depleted. Our great warriors were not taken care of. Now they're taken care of again the way they should.
That's not true. Maybe I need to tweet Trump on Kev.
And America is winning again. Isn't that nice? We're fighting for all Americans from all backgrounds, of every age, race, religion, birthplace, color, creed. We're fighting for ourselves. We're fighting for all Americans. And what is it? America first. Remember, it's America first.
Yes. And Americans. Not just America. Americans. USA. 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 USA.
Our agenda is not a partisan agenda, although some people say it is. Every once in a while it does become that way, right? It's a mainstream, common sense agenda of the American people. It's where we want to be and where we want to go.
You guys want the picture of Trump, or you want to watch me go nuts for his rally?
And despite the fact that the media refuses to acknowledge what we've done and how well we're doing it. A new poll just came out as I was coming on, and it shows, I don't know how you can do this. I don't think I've had a good story in years. I don't get good press. I used to get great press until I decided to run for office.
Not dark.
And we have done together an incredible job. And a new poll just came out today. Rasmussen, one of the most respected polls.
That would be it, Froggy.
That got the election right. So I have to remember that. You know what the number is? 52% with some good food.
Roll, me too. I never got to bed till 7 this morning. I got a couple hours of sleep and...
Explain that. How do you get that when you don't get good press? I guess 93% of the stories are negative. No matter what we do, they figure out a way to make it negative. Like, I'll give you a quick example. When I came in, North Korea looks like it was going to war. You know that. It was going to happen.
Pew,
Bad
pew,
things.
pew.
Now, you have no missile launches. You have no rocket testing. You have no nuclear testing. I have a good relationship, maybe even a great relationship. We have tremendous sanctions on North Korea. But we have our hostages back. We have remains are coming back. The remains. And our presidents have been dealing with North Korea for many, many decades. Many, many decades.
Well, I got 8 for 8.
And on a nuclear
All right.
over the last 20, 30 years.
Y'all guys are 8
and all
club.
I hear is, can't you move faster? You know what? I left Singapore 15 months ago. They've been negotiating for 85 years or something. So now their complaint is, what's taking them so long? I heard one of our great geniuses from a previous administration telling me how to negotiate with North Korea when they got taken advantage of like nobody I've ever seen before.
Bruce, it's
So,
31 states,
someday,
I think.
With all of us.
Definitely New York and
By
Virginia.
the way. Someday. True. Someday, they're going to appreciate us all, and I'm going to Vietnam, to Hanoi, in the near future, 27th and 28th of February, to have another summit. And hopefully, we do as well with the second summit as we did with the first. I hope so. Now, we're delighted, and I'm delighted, to be joined this evening by the Texas leaders. You have great leaders, great people, great help to me, that are at the forefront of this incredible
I don't know,
American
Drop.
revolution.
My
You know,
mom was
there's
a
never been
Democrat. I turned out. Well, I was independent,
There's never been.
and I pretty much
If you
swung
would
Republican
say,
my whole life.
As an example, that tonight,
North, where's North? I don't see North.
69,000 people signed up to be here. Now, the arena holds 8,000. And thank you, Fire Department. They got in about 10. Thank you, Fire Department. Appreciate it. But if you want to really see something, go outside. Tens of thousands of people are watching screens outside.
Oh, okay.
And we were all challenged by a young man who lost an election to Ted Cruz. And then they said,
Let me tell
You
you,
know what?
Claude, I
Hey,
know my
you're
mama
supposed to
ain't
win
voting, even though
in
she's
order
a
to
Democrat.
By the
She
way,
passed away in '99.
we.
And we'll go over that,
I'm
too.
1 and 1. I'm 1 for 1. Think of it. We had one election, we won. Now we're going to be 2 for 0, and everything's going to be perfect. But a young man who's got very little going for himself, except he's got a great first name. He challenged us. So we have, let's say, 35,000 people tonight, and he has 200 people, 300 people, not too good. In fact, what I would do is I would say that may be the end of his presidential bid, but he did challenge it.
Oh, I didn't read my emails yet, Drop.
So I want to introduce some great people. Your governor, Greg Abbott.
Okay, Gus, tell him I said hi. Sorry I haven't been in there.
Where's Greg?
It's been a mess here.
Thank you, Greg. And a great governor and a great friend of mine. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. Thanks, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Look at him in the corner. So shy. Thank you, Dan. Great job, Dan.
Ooh, you guys see that chat room over there?
Paxton. Thanks, guys.
Oh, wow,
And
Gun.
Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller.
Oh, Froggy, I can't wait to hear that one.
Thank you, Sid. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Ken.
Aw,
Great
Claude.
job you do. And we're especially
Babies,
grateful to your
children.
wonderful senators, John Cornyn and Ted Cruz. Great senators.
Hey, Dallas, yo.
And we have a lot of your congressmen and women. We have a lot of them. You're ready, and they're terrific, and they've been with us all the way. Pete Olson. Pete. Thanks, Pete. Thank you, Pete. Michael Burgess. Thanks, Michael. John Carter. Brian Babin. And Randy Weber.
Oh,
Thank
geez,
you very much.
Froggy.
We are in the midst of an economic miracle. That's what's happened. You look all over the world and you study and you see what's going on. You can look at China. We have a team right now in China. They want to make a deal very badly.
Come
Those
on,
tariffs
Milo
are costing
Princess.
them
Come
a
here,
lot
let
of
me
money,
get
and
your
they're going
eyes. Come
into our treasury.
Come on.
Remember that.
Get up
We're
here.
filling up with
Get on.
billions of dollars.
Here you are.
And
Let
did
me
you
get
see
the crud
the,
out of your eyes.
you know, I haven't been here very
Looking
long. The trade
beautiful.
deficit really went down very big this last month. And
There you
people
go.
are saying, whoa, I told you so. That's what I do. That's what I do. And we don't want China to have a hard time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can only tell you this.
I got that from InfoWars.
We're going to make great
Claude.
deals on trade. We're
I
going to make
love
great
it.
deals on military. When we defend another nation that's rich, they have to help us out. Do we agree? They have to help us out.
Froggy. Did he have his belly
And
button
they're doing
pierced?
it. They're doing it. You saw South Korea? They were paying us $500 million a year. I say, you got to do more. You got to do more. Anyway, now they're up to almost $900 million. That was like on 2 phone calls. I said, why didn't they do this before? They said nobody ever asked. Nobody asked.
Oh,
You pick up almost
Claude,
$500 million.
if everything gets
Nobody
totaled
asked.
in my
We're
house,
defending
I'm
rich
taking my
countries.
print.
They've got to help us out, folks. They got to help us out. Sorry. And you know what? They're going to like us more.
Froggy, it's
maybe
even
more importantly,
scarier
they're
if
gonna
you're a
respect
woman. If you break down, anybody can come up behind you.
us. Since the election, we have created 5.3 million new jobs, including more
Right,
than
son.
500,000 new manufacturing jobs. Remember, manufacturing was dead.
Email me your address. I got those little InfoWars stickers.
They
I'll
said
send you some.
manufacturing was dead.
They're kind of
Previous
miniature.
administration. You'll never have it. You need the magic wand. That's what they say. We found the magic
I'll
wand.
send
And
you
by the
about
way,
10
those
of
numbers
them.
are small compared to what's happening, compared to all of the companies that are moving in.
Good going, Dallas.
The unemployment.
Uh-oh. They're not showing what's going on. I wonder if they tossed someone. Come on, they're not showing it.
Thank you very much. The unemployment rates for African Americans, Hispanic Americans, and Asian Americans have reached the lowest level in the history of our country.
Wonder what the heck happened. Yeah. Just, it's my name at gmail.com, Claude. I gotta get to the dang freaking post office. I gotta send stuff out tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Trump. Yeah, buddy.
Thank you. You all right? Everything okay? Please? Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Wonder what the heck happened.
And women
There's
have
some
filled
kind of
almost
disturbance.
60% jobs created last year, which
I think
were
they had to
a
kick
record
someone
number.
out. Yeah, definitely.
We
I got
passed massive tax
like
cuts
3
for
other
working
letters to
families,
send
and
out.
we canceled a
And 2
record number
packages.
of jobbling regulations. That's why your
Oh,
oil
and I got good
gas
news
is
after
coming
this.
back.
I'm gonna be another grandma tomorrow.
We eliminated
baby's
the
coming.
Obamacare individual mandate.
Another baby boy.
And to give critically ill patients access to life-saving treatments. We did something that they haven't been able to do for a long time. We passed
So,
right
Froggy,
to
you're like
try.
a shit magnet
Right
like
to
me,
try.
huh?
That's an incredible thing, right to try. You know, we have the greatest doctors and research in the world. And if somebody was terminally ill, they travel to Asia, they travel to Europe, they travel all over the world if they had the money.
Yeah.
If they didn't have the money,
I'll
they'd
get
just go
I'll
home.
get
There
the
was
other
nothing they
3
could do.
tomorrow
And I said, wait
for
a
next
minute.
couple
We
days.
have drugs in the pipeline that are
So I'll
showing
have the
tremendous
grandkids
progress.
here with me.
If somebody is terminally ill, let's let them have
I'm
access
excited.
to more drugs. Let's let them have access. And
Yeah,
it's
me too,
much
Gun.
tougher than you would think, but we got it. And people, you will not understand, nobody understands the life-saving effects. It's incredible what's going on. They are getting better. People are getting better that were thinking they were going to die. It's right to try. I love it. I always wondered why we didn't do it before. Now, the people in Texas won't care much about this, but the United States is now the #1 producer of oil and natural gas on Earth.
Holy crap, we're the #1? All right.
I didn't think you'd care about it.
USA.
I didn't think Texas would care about that. And listen to this. And Texas oil production is now at the highest level it's ever been.
Holy crap.
And only
Hi,
for
Carpenter
the
Patriot. I
great
didn't see
oil
you.
professionals in the room, we're getting those pipelines approved so fast, you'll be able to
Sweet.
practically double up on oil production, oil and gas. They're getting approved at record levels and record time. That means more money, more security, and more independence for our country. It's very simple. Another one they said could never get passed. They've been trying to do it for 40 years. We passed VA choice, Veterans Choice.
Yeah, Claude, but we didn't feel like we were #1. I saw
So
that
that
drop.
now, rather than waiting online for 5 days, for 9 days, for 3 weeks,
Uh-oh, he's kicking more people out. There's all kinds of wackadoodles in there. USA, 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 USA. People interrupting his speech. I bet they're from that freaking abortion rally that's being held right across the street. USA, USA.
Where do these people come from? Where do they come from?
Oh, Trump's getting
They go
real
back home
gray
to mommy.
fast.
They get punished when they get home.
I'm surprised these people are coming in behind him. He keeps looking back.
Now, you really mean finish that wall because we built a
See,
lot.
I've been telling you guys, finish that wall.
But before we get to the wall, so VA accountability and VA choice. Accountability, we couldn't fire anybody from the Veterans Administration. We couldn't fire anybody. They could treat our veterans badly. We had to take it. Now, you get rid of them. And VA choice, they'd wait online for days and weeks. They couldn't see a doctor. Now they go out, they have a choice. They get a private doctor. They have things taken care of, and we pay their bill. They've been trying to get those.
Frog, you got to go back to making them lampshades.
Many decades, many years, and we got
all them tattoos.
We also passed
freaking
the Farm
lampshades. That's what they used to do with them.
Farmers, ranchers, and growers. We just got it passed, and that wasn't easy, but we got it passed. We had to do it. Our farmers are great, so we just got that done. Farmers, ranchers, growers, and we passed historic legislation to combat the opioid crisis.
We love you, Dev. Jump, 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 jump. Ay, Kiwi. Jump, jump, jump.
Thank you.
What's that, the third interruption? I think they just threw another one out.
Is there any place that's more fun to be than a Trump rally? Is there?
Oh, man. And you know the coolest thing? They're not showing these dumbasses getting thrown out. They're making the interruptions. They're not getting the notoriety that they're trying to get. They're just interrupting the speech.
You know, they all said, Mr. President,
it's Phoebe Murphy Wilcox at gmail.com, Claude.
Some people said it was a great speech. Some people said, really a great speech. I said, but if I ever did that in El Paso, Texas, it wouldn't work here too well. Do you agree? Nice and calm. No, that's not what you're looking for. And this is more fun. This is fun. And we just signed groundbreaking criminal justice reform into law. Nobody thought that was going to be happening. In my address last week, I asked lawmakers in both parties to cross the aisle and join together for the common good for all
Kiwi,
Americans.
I do too.
Democrats have to stop being so angry.
Yes.
So angry. And they've got to start being partners to keep this incredible. Really, look, is this an incredible miracle that's going on? We want to keep it going. Keep it going, and it will keep going. It will keep going. There's so much to celebrate in our country. The economy, the military, so many things we've done scientifically. The world is trying to copy what we've done. They're not going to be able to do it. Not anymore. They were catching up fast. Now they're going in the wrong direction.
I can't see, you may not like him, but America should appreciate what the hell he's doing for our country.
Cooperation by instead choosing really, hey, look, did you ever see anything? Radical resistance. It's the radical left. But maybe it'll change.
Yeah, well, Bruce, they're not actually showing them.
It all has to do with 2020 and the election. But I really don't like their policy of taking away your car, of taking away your airplane flights, of let's hop a train to California, of you're not allowed to own cows anymore. You know, there are a lot of problems. A lot of problems. But nobody's ever had this. And by the way, with us, we handle it. No president should ever have to go through what we've gone through in the first 2 years. It's a hoax. It's a disgrace. And it should never be allowed to happen again. A hoax. Just recently, as an example, Senator Richard Burr from the great state of North Carolina, he's chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, and they've been investigating this Russia hoax for 2 years. Think of it. They've interviewed over 200 people. They've studied hundreds of thousands of documents and pages.
Hi, Dean.
Richard just announced that they found
no
collusion between Donald Trump and Russia.
Dean from Drop's Hangout. Karen was here. She's probably here. She don't chat much a lot.
The fact is that the real collusion was between Hillary and the Democrats and the other side with Russia. That's where the collusion is.
He just said it. I can't believe he said it. Yes. Trump, 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 Trump.
That's starting to
I actually do this when I watch him on TV.
But that's where
I sit here and get all patriotic.
With the Democrats and with Russia.
Y'all can't see me waving my arms and stuff over here.
Between the Democrats and the fake news right here. And they know it better than anybody.
Come on, they got a chant locker up.
Democrats are focused on tearing down their opposition instead of building up our country. They're trying to impose some of the most extreme measures and policies ever put forward by our Congress. And by the way, I don't think
Deb. Yeah, I'm playing from I don't know who.
95% tax. Does anybody want to pay a 90%? You know, you look at what we've done with jobs, what we've done with the economy, how low your taxes are, the lowest they've been.
Okay, Froggy.
From the beginning.
You have a good night. I'm glad to see you're doing good.
What we're doing now. We are a hot
Thank you.
country. Last week, they introduced a massive government takeover that would destroy our incredible economic gains. They introduced the so-called Green New Deal. It sounds like a high school term paper that got a low mark. It would shut down American energy, which I don't think the people in Texas are going to be happy with that. It would shut down a little thing called air travel.
Dev, I'm proud of you tonight.
How do
Good
you
girl.
take a train to Europe? You know, this crazy senator from Hawaii, they said, do you like it? Yes, I like it very much. Oh, really? How are we getting to Hawaii on a train? She didn't think about that one, but she's thinking about it. She'll figure it out. They want to take away your car, reduce the value of your home, and put millions of Americans out of work, spend $100 trillion, which, by the way, there's no such thing as $100 trillion. You have to spend $100 trillion. And remember this, no other country except us is going to do it. That's a little problem, too. While the world's real polluters, like China, would get many of our companies and factories, they just move into China, move into other parts of the world. That's the way the system works. Not going to happen, folks. Don't worry. It's not going to happen.
Hi, Miriam.
100 trillion. Let's spend 100 trillion. Let's rip down every building in New York City and rebuild it environmentally slightly better. To pave the way for socialism.
Dev, you know you're always going to be loved by us. We're a big, tight family.
Of private health care. Many of us have private health care. That means you can stand online.
Did somebody just say Trump
sucks? You
sucks?
wait for a doctor that is not nearly as talented as your doctor. Remember, you can keep your doctor. Remember that? 28 times. That didn't happen. Turned out to be a lie. Hey, where are the fact checkers? You know, some of the most dishonest people in media are the so-called fact checkers. 28 times. You can keep your doctor. That didn't turn out to be what he said. They're coming for your money, and they're coming for your freedom, and it'll never happen, and it won't even come close, folks. Democrats are also pushing extreme late-term abortion. Allowing children to be ripped from their mother's womb right up until the moment of birth. What's that all about? So in Virginia, the governor, he's gotten a little publicity lately. I like him. Keeps us out of the papers. I like him. I'd like to find a few more guys like this one. He almost moonwalked. His wife stopped him. Darling, it would be inappropriate. I want to see somebody try and imitate Michael Jackson in the moonwalk. This would not have been a good scene. His wife saved him. Darling, this would be inappropriate. I think she was right. But the governor stated that he would even allow a newborn baby to come out into the world and wrap the baby and make the baby comfortable, and then talk to the mother and talk to the father and then execute the baby. Execute the baby.
Hit pause maybe, and then play or refresh.
Millions of innocent, beautiful babies are counting on us to protect them, and we will.
Should I raise my bit rate next time? Because I'm like the second to highest.
I called on Congress with your great congressman over there. Thank you, fellas. To immediately pass legislation prohibiting extreme late-term abortion. And that certainly is extreme. Many people never even heard. I mean, did you ever hear of anything like this? Democrats must also address the double standard on full display in Virginia. By the way, that state's going to go Republican pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. Because the Democrat Party has never been more outside of the mainstream. They're becoming the party of socialism, late-term abortion, open borders, and crime. This weekend,
Not as long as we're alive, Carpenter.
A measure that would force the release of thousands of criminal illegal aliens, including dangerous felons convicted of rape, sex trafficking, violent assault, and even murder into our country.
Dallas, we're going to end up passing the torch to you, buddy. You got to wake up a lot of people.
The proposal would put a hard cap on the number of illegal aliens that our brave ICE officers, we love our ICE officers, can detain and thus remove, forcing thousands of criminals
Might have to make another
free
pot of coffee.
into United States.
I'm sucking this stuff down like I got a drinking problem.
And I want to thank our ICE officers. What they put up with is incredible.
Yeah, and the rest of them, Claude.
And that includes law enforcement.
We got to be equal. Late term.
Law enforcement. We love them. They
Maxine,
keep us safe. In
Nancy,
the last 2 years alone, ICE
Soros
have made 200, listen to these numbers, 266,000 arrests of criminal aliens, including those charged or convicted of approximately 100,000 assaults, 40,000 larcenies, 30,000 sex crimes, 25,000 burglaries, 12,000 vehicle thefts, 11,000 robberies, 4,000 kidnappings, and 4,000 murders. Killings, murders. We will.
Oh, I see signs that say finish that wall. I've been saying that for a long time.
We are cutting loose dangerous criminals into our country. Slashing ICE detention is the first step of many for the far left. I call them the radical left. We will never abolish ICE. They want to abolish ICE. We're never going to abolish ICE. So let me state very clearly to those pushing this ridiculous and radical agenda, I will never sign a bill that forces the mass release of violent criminals into our country. And I will never abolish or in any way mistreat our great heroes from ICE and Border Patrol and law enforcement. Never.
Oh, that's right, Kiwi. You're from you're from the Hangouts too.
We will always stand with those brave men and women. We'll always be with them. We're going to take care of them just like they take care of us. Remember that. Remember that. I have to tell you, as I was walking up to the stage,
there's Karen.
They said that progress is being made with this committee. Just so you know, we're building the wall anyway. They say that progress has been made with this committee. Just now, I said, wait a minute, I got to take care of my people from Texas. I got to go. I don't even want to hear about it.
Drop has Hangouts, Dallas.
I don't want to hear about it. So I don't know what they
Sometimes
mean.
I pull one up every once in a while. And
now, what did happen is
just I'm somebody, you know.
Really hard on the concept of releasing criminals.
Oh, no, Dev.
Society. That has not been playing well. So maybe progress has been made, maybe not. But I had a choice. I could have stayed out there and listened, or I could have come out to the people of El Paso and Texas. I chose you.
Yeah, I gotta see if we got pink skies. It was raining today. We had pink skies last night. I said, it's gonna rain tomorrow, hon. He says, how do you know? Because I haven't watched the news. I said, there's pink skies outside.
So we probably have some good news, but who knows? Who knows? Well, we're setting the stage, folks. You know what it's called, right? It's called we're setting the stage. We're setting the table. We're doing whatever we have to do. The wall's being built. It'll continue. It's going at a rapid pace. The Rio Grande. It's happening. Go check it out.
Oh, no, Dean.
We proudly
don't
welcome
have
those
any.
who come lawfully and support our values in the United States and that want to strengthen our society and help us with all of the companies moving into the United States, moving back. They left us. Now they're moving back, many of them. In some cases, maybe all of them. But they all want to come back because the United States is where the action is. Very simple.
Buy American. Throw that China shit out. Man, the energy that comes off of a Trump rally.
Where the action is. And it is, we're most proud of the fact. You look at the car companies, they're moving back. They're going into Michigan. They're going into Pennsylvania. They're going back to Ohio. So many companies are coming back. And by the way, that's why I want people to come into our country. But they have to come in legally, and they have to come in through merit, so they can help us build our country. Make America great again. Pretty soon, we're going to be saying, keep America
I don't think anyone has anything to say about that. You killed chat.
Pretty soon, Congressman, keep America great. We'll have to switch over. Tell me. Campaign sort of started because you have these people that nobody ever heard of. They're all running for office. I said, who is that? Well, that person was a mayor of a city.
I only had a salad and a roll.
Well, how about Beto? Beto was defeated too, right?
Okay, Miriam. Have fun. Stay safe, honey.
Watch what the news does tomorrow, though. They won't mention the disparity. Tomorrow. They'll say, Beto O'Rourke. That's his last name, right? O'Rourke? Beto O'Rourke had a wonderful rally of about 15 people. Now, when they get honest, when the media starts becoming honest, and maybe they will, because we've done something that's never been done before. We have suffered a totally dishonest media, and we've won, and it's driving them crazy.
He's still busting on the media.
Driving them crazy. It's driving them crazy, but look at them. They still come. I've never seen anything. But illegal immigration hurts all Americans, including millions of legal immigrants, by driving down wages, draining public resources, and claiming countless innocent lives. You see what's going on, folks. You know what's going on. They give you all of these phony stats. Say, oh, it's the same. It's the same. Not the same. It's a bad situation going on, and we've stopped it. We are taking out thousands and thousands of people from MS-13. We're bringing them the hell out of our country.
Yes.
Thousands. But if we had proper border security, including a very powerful wall, we wouldn't have to work so hard. And it would be a lot safer and a lot better. My administration is committed to ending illegal immigration while modernizing our legal immigration system, which has been in terrible shape for many, many decades, to prioritize the admission of those who can support themselves financially and contribute to our economy, people that come in on merit.
I think one of the merits should be they need to learn English.
Instead of
shouldn't feel like a foreigner in my gosh dang own country.
Chain migration, that's another beauty. We want a merit-based system for entry. This will improve living conditions for all Americans
All right, Dallas.
living here today, both immigrant and U.S. born. Everybody's going to be happy. And we need the people to take care of these companies that are moving. Our unemployment rate, real unemployment, 3.6, 3.7, and going down.
Jane's happy. Okay, Dean.
Had a little blip because of a thing called the shutdown. But remember this, went up to 4. I said, boy, that's, you know how low 4 is? You know, anybody else, any other president would have said, please give me 4, please. We had a little blip, went up from 3.7 to 4 just quickly. But you know what? If we didn't do that shutdown, we would not have been able to show this country, these politicians, the world, what the hell is happening with the border. That was a very important thing we did.
I've seen something about that,
And
Bruce.
the fact is, illegal immigration is a heartbreaking human tragedy. 1 in 3 women is sexually
And
assaulted
Obama
on the
changed
very
his
long
name to
and
that.
dangerous journey north up to our country. Sex traffickers, these are the worst human beings on earth, exploit our porous border to sell young girls and women into modern day slavery. You wouldn't even know that. Nobody knows that. And by the way, do you think they come in through the ports of entry? I listen to the Democrats. Let me be nice. Just say the Democrats. I won't be specific. And they say, oh, everything comes through the port. They don't do that. They drive out where there's no barrier, no wall. They make a left. Congratulations, you're in the United States. That's all. If you have 3 women tied up in the back seat of a car, you're not going through, folks, a port of entry where they do look in the back seat, at least, right? Drugs pouring through the border kills tens of thousands
Karen,
of
from
innocent Americans
research and everything,
heroin,
I mean, he was
meth,
supposed to be
cocaine,
Barry
fentanyl, so
Satura
much
and
things.
another
They come
name.
through the
I mean, who
southern
knows?
border.
The man had
We
3
have
different
a
birth
drug problem
certificates.
over the last 6, 7, 10 years, like we have never had before. We can have such a big cut in the numbers, in the percentages, if we get the wall built, if we have a strong wall with other things. But we need the wall, and it has to be built, and we want to build it fast. The number of illegal immigrants crossing our borders is so large that we've...
Garen, with the division that man put in the United States,
They want jails. They want...
wouldn't surprise me.
How about the word caravan? Caravan. I think that was one of mine, but it looked like a caravan. Where you have thousands and thousands of people coming from Guatemala, from Honduras and El Salvador, and they march up through Mexico. And by the way, if we didn't have walls in those areas, in some cases that we put up, in many cases where we reinforced, in many cases where our great military helped acquire, you would have people pouring in.
I hope so, Des.
The problem is our laws are so bad, there's no way we can quickly remove them. Other countries say, get out of here. We have to bring them through a court system. We sign their names, land. We sign them up. We explain to them, please come back in 6 years for court. And only the dumbest people show back up. Nobody ever shows. Nobody comes back in. Like 2%. They go into our country. The good news, great law enforcement, and many of these people,
John.
we know where they are. And we're going to get them the hell out. But we have to change our laws.
Guys, I got to take a break for a second. I use the bathroom.
So right now, we have a backlog. You won't even believe this. Other countries don't do this. When he walks into our country, we bring him to court. We have now a legal, we need... Perry Mason. We have a legal case. Nobody else does. Now, can't come in. You're not a citizen of whatever country. We bring them in. So listen to this. Right now, we have almost 900 cases, 900,000 How many judges are going to take care of? We're going to have to hire tens of thousands of judges to do that. 900,000. How stupid is this? This was a system put in place by really dumb people or people that did not have the best interests of our country at heart. And there's no place better to talk about border security, whether they like it or not, because I've been hearing a lot of things, oh, the wall didn't make that much of a difference. You know where it made a big difference? Right here in El Paso. And I've been watching where they've been trying to say, oh, the wall didn't make that much. Well, you take a look at what they did with their past crimes and how they made them from very serious to much lesser. You take a look at what the real system is. I spoke to people that have been here a long time. They said when that wall went up, it's a whole different ball game. Is that a correct statement? Whole different ball game. I'll give you another example, and I don't care whether a mayor is a Republican or a Democrat. They're full of crap when they say it hasn't made a big difference. I heard the same thing from the fake news. They said, oh, crime actually stayed the same. Didn't stay the same. Went way down. And look at what they did to their past crimes, and look at how they recorded those past crimes. Went way, way down. These people, you know, you think they'd want to get to the bottom of a problem and solve a problem, not try and pull over everybody's eyes. So for those few people that are out there on television saying, oh, it didn't make too much of a difference, it made a tremendous... People from El Paso, am I right? It's fake news. It's fake. I'm telling you, it's just fake news. And you know what? You wouldn't even have to know. You can say that automatically without even knowing. It's like, it's obvious. It's common sense. Just a few thousand feet, as an example, from where we stand right now on the other side of the border, it's one of the most dangerous cities in the world, Juarez, Mexico. Well, the people at Juarez agree. Yet, thanks to a powerful border wall in El Paso, Texas, it's one of America's safest cities now. Now, listen to this. So, you're talking a few feet away, right? A few feet. Got a wall. It's a few feet away. Last year, Juarez had 1,200 murders. El Paso, right next door, a few feet away, had 23 murders. That's not good either. But 23 compared to 1,200. Walls work. Actually, there's nothing like them for what we're talking about. We want to stop drugs. We want to stop traffickers. We want to stop criminals from coming in. Walls save lives. Walls save tremendous numbers of lives. The biggest proponents of open borders are rich liberals and wealthy donors. These are hypocrites who oppose security for you while living their entire lives.
Ian Jun.
I do too, to be honest with you. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I also live behind walls, okay? They live behind walls
Aaron.
and gates, and they have
I didn't
guards
see
all over
live.
me because I want to be safe and I want to make America safe, if you don't mind.
I love the way all the media is there, and he's like, dishonest news right in front of their face.
So security should not belong only to the rich and to the powerful. Safety is the birthright of every American. Why?
Aaron, I didn't see you live.
Finish the wall. Because walls are not immoral, as it was said. Human trafficking is immoral.
I know,
Drug
Claude.
peddling is immoral. Child smuggling is immoral. Sanctuary cities that get Americans killed, they're immoral. Open borders are dangerous and immoral. My administration has put forward a compromise that really is a compromise, and I hate to even compromise on things like this, but it's showing common sense, it's compassionate, and it's going to solve our problem, and the cost is a fraction. When you look at the drugs that are pouring across from Mexico, if it stopped a small percentage, and it won't, it'll stop a large percentage, it would pay for itself in a matter of weeks. That's the kind of numbers you're talking about.
Well, heck, we've already spent $20 billion on illegals this year.
By the way,
it might be more now.
Because we have a very good relationship. But Mexico had the highest number of killings that they've ever had. Almost 40,000 people were murdered in Mexico. Mexico's not too far away. And we need to take care of our people. And we're going to do that, and it's happening a lot faster than anybody thought, and I love that sign. Thank you. What we're proposing includes humanitarian assistance, drug detection at our ports and everywhere else, closing legal loopholes, which is a big problem, and plans for a smart, strategic, see-through steel barrier or wall. Let's call it a wall. This wall will be built in the areas identified by border agents as having the greatest need, while safely directing people and commerce to our many lawful ports of entry, which we're beefing up.
I don't know. I think all us conservatives ought to move there in the towns next to the cities. I mean, to the border.
That can spot drugs. It's incredible stuff.
So when they try to change all this stuff, you know.
There is nothing better than a good old-fashioned German Shepherd. It's hard to believe. Right?
Yeah, we got the slamminest first lady ever.
Incredible computerized stuff and where it goes. I said, could I, because Secret Service took me out to the places they were showing me these German Shepherds. They're unbelievable. They'll run past all these
Jones, I like it. I love it, John.
There's drugs in it deep down in a box. And they come to a screeching halt, barking at us every time. So I asked the people that sell the machinery.
Claude, at one point, I thought it was over $300 billion was spent on illegals last year.
Sir, honestly, it's not as good. Can you believe it? German Shepherd.
Sweet, Aaron.
Pretty good. You do love your dogs, don't you? I wouldn't mind having one, honestly, but I don't have any time. How would I look walking a dog on the White House lawn? Would that be... right? Sort of not for... I don't know. It doesn't... I don't feel good. Feels a little phony to me. A lot of people say, oh, you should get a dog. Why? It's good politically. I said, look, that's not the relationship I have with my people. We want to... Yeah. Obama had a dog, you're right. Both parties should come together to finally create a safe and lawful system of immigration. The American people have waited long enough. We must secure the border, pass Kate's Law, end catch and release. Shut down.
I want to know, can we attach a beer bong to the beer truck? And a little caddy underneath for a party. Be a rolling party.
Get the hell out of our country, please. And the Democrats also need to confirm the more than 300 highly qualified nominees who are sitting in the Senate waiting for confirmation, people that have given up their lives to work in the Trump administration, and the Democrats aren't approving them. It's a record. It's total obstruction. It's a record of the history of our country. There has never been. Some people left their job a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, to become an ambassador or to work in one of our many great agencies, and we can't get Schumer and his friends to approve them. It's total obstruction. There's never been anything like that. Very, very unfair. Very unfair to these people. In many cases, seriously, they've left jobs and they're waiting and waiting and waiting. They're slow walking every single one of them. It's a disgrace. As we fight
They're
to
paper
protect
working
our
it to
borders,
death.
we must also protect our newfound
What was
prosperity.
Obama's
My administration has taken
his
the
health
deepest
care?
ever action to crack down
18,000
on years of
pages or
China's
something
abuse
like that.
and our straight practices
But you gotta
have been very
pass it to
unfair.
know what's in it.
And I have a lot of respect for President Xi, but he's representing China and I'm representing the United States. So that's it. We're also replacing one of the worst deals ever made, probably
I
the
know, I
worst
love it,
trade
Dallas.
deal ever done, although I
All
happen
4
to think
stop
that the
signs,
WTO is not so good
3/4
either.
jumpers, the whole
We're
in one.
replacing NAFTA with a brand new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement that everybody is loving. Got to get Congress to approve it.
That's for border
We
control,
gotta get
Froggy.
Congress to approve it. We'll get it, I think, done. I mean, there's such obstruction in Congress. You know, they won't even do things that are good for our country now. They would rather have Trump have a loss than get something that's so good for our country. Our farmers are happy. Everybody's happy. And it's going to be jobs. You know what it does? It stops companies from moving out. It makes it very hard economically for companies to say, hey, thanks a lot. We're firing everybody. We're moving to Mexico. Makes it very, very hard. You know, that's been a bone of contention for me.
No,
for
the
many
people
years.
he's placing
I've seen
in, they're not
25% more
approving
of our
them.
automobile
They're
business
slow
moves to
walking it.
Mexico.
They're paper working it to death, Dallas.
Not going to happen anymore.
A
Unless they
420
want to pay
space
nice
station, huh,
big
Injun?
fat tariffs to send their cars back into this country. We've achieved, and by the way,
I
tariffs
shouldn't,
have
but I'm
had
going
an
to.
incredible effect.
It's
Just like the folks in
10:24.
China, How are we doing with tariffs, you ask? And you ask, how are we doing in our negotiations? The fact is, and I say it openly, either they treat us fairly or they have to pay for the privilege of coming in and taking our wealth and taking our jobs. It's very simple. Very simple. And if you look back at our country when we were very rich, when we had no debt, when we had no problems economically, you take a look. 1888, the great tariff debate. You know what the debate was about? Our country had so much money.
Oh, this is going to be
they
funny.
had to debate what the hell to do with all the money because tariffs were bringing in a fortune into the United States. So, at a minimum, countries are negotiating with us very seriously because of the fact that they don't want to have to pay to come in and take advantage of our country. That's at a minimum. Check it out. 1888. Have the press.
Oh,
check it out.
anytime, Dallas.
They'll
My
say,
Sundays
Donald
and
Trump
Mondays.
said 1888.
They're going to name Mondays Manic Mondays.
We've achieved the largest decline in drug prices in 46 years, prescription drugs. And I'm asking Congress to work with me to make prescription drugs affordable for every American family. We just got the largest
Thanks,
decrease
Trump. We just
in drug
went
prices.
broke.
Think of that. And it's not easy. It's not easy. Because we have middlemen that take care of a lot of people for a lot of years, these middlemen, and the drug companies. But even worse, the middlemen. And we're cutting the middlemen out. They're not going to like me very
Bruce,
much.
they said
made
that
a
place
lot of
was
money.
filthy. The basement in the
But
White
think of
House
that.
had cockroaches,
Then it's
rats,
this time
varmints,
46
mice.
And now we're going to phase 3.
No wonder why whenever Obama
So
talked in there, he had a fly land on his nose.
Now we go to phase 3. We're getting your drug prices down. We're embarking on bold initiatives to defeat AIDS. Who knew that? We have
Dang.
medicines now that work wonders on AIDS. We're looking to be AIDS-free in not many
You hear that
years
pop?
as
That's
a
my
country.
thermos.
And maybe help
It's only
also
black coffee.
The world. So we want to defeat AIDS,
Rich.
and we want to
Who
defeat
the hell is
childhood cancer. We've made tremendous strides. Tremendous strides. In the Middle East, our brave warriors have liberated virtually 100% of ISIS in Iraq and Syria. Now,
I
you
wish
don't
I
hear
remember
that
where I
from
put
these
my
people.
dang.
Now, we've taken back soon. It'll be announced soon, maybe over the next week, maybe less. But it'll be announced very soon. We'll have 100%.
I figured it hit 30 billion.
This country, it was a mess.
Yeah, they have a link for
And if
that
I
you
wouldn't
can
have been
go
elected,
to.
I
It
have
just
no
shows
idea
it
if I was
constantly
involved
racking up.
every time it happens. Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. This guy, he's like a monster.
Not even a month and a half
No,
into
it's
the
true.
year.
These people. This guy, he's like a monster. He's like this monster.
So like I
football
said,
player.
that's correct. Last year it was over 300 billion on illegal, and it'll be more this year. You can't tell me there's only 11 million illegals here.
Thank you very much.
More like 40 million.
I said, for what? He said, you've saved our country. Our country was going in the wrong direction. You've saved our country. Thank you. I've had so many people say that. So many people.
John, I watch OAN too.
You know, the truth is, though, I didn't save our country. We're now heading in the right direction. It's very tough.
That's what I said to that lady when we asked them for help here.
But so many people
I said, yeah, imagine $20 billion on illegals. I guess you wouldn't have any money left for Americans.
I didn't save our country. You know who saved our country? You saved
She
our
must have
country.
been a liberal.
You
She
saved
left
our
quickly.
country.
She was
God.
eyeing up that shotgun in the corner. Bakev.
There's never, nothing like this has ever happened before. And you know what? The world is watching. And when prime ministers and when presidents and kings and queens, they talk to me, they say, congratulations on what's happened with your economy, Mr. President. It's incredible. They're emulating what we're doing. They can't believe it. So we continue to decimate the remnants.
Oh, heck yeah,
There are always going to
Carpenter.
be remnants. We can take the area, the land. We'll soon
We could have a tailgate party with all brand new pickups for that amount.
They're crazy. They're lunatics. But you're always going to have that. But we want to bring now, get 100%. It was so
Wow,
much
he's
fun.
on this rally long.
Going the opposite direction. Syria, we want to bring our troops back home. It's time. It's time.
USA. Trump. USA. USA.
And thanks to the extraordinary service of our military in Afghanistan, 19 years we're in Afghanistan. We may now be able to seek a political resolution
Yeah, Bruce,
that frankly they've wanted to talk about for a long time. We've hit them very hard, but it's been 19 years. Think of that, 19 years. We spend more.
I want to know what happened to the money that was allocated
$50 billion a year
before Trump got in.
Countries spend on their entire country, health care, education, everything.
You can't tell me them baseball field fences were worth the billions they already stole from there for the wall.
We want to build our country. We want to spend money in our country. We want to build our roads and highways and bridges.
Yeah, right, Carpenter. I was thinking of all of us.
And last month, the United States recognized the legitimate government of Venezuela and condemned the socialist brutality of the Maduro regime. Everywhere socialism has been, everywhere it's been implemented, it's produced poverty, misery, repression, and despair. You take a look, no matter where. Yet there
You
are
know,
those
Froggy,
trying to
anything happens to
implement
Kev,
socialism
I might
right here
end up on
in
the border
United
there.
States. So I again say to you,
You know I'm going to be lost.
and I say it for the world to hear, America will never be a socialist country. Never. Never.
I want to know where the chance
We're
is.
born
Lock
free,
her up.
We will live free, and we will die free. We will always be free.
That's right. Damn Skippy.
Each of us here tonight is united by the same timeless values. We believe in the American Constitution and our great rule of law. We believe in
One
the
sentence.
dignity of work and the sanctity of life. We believe that faith and family, not government and bureaucracy, are the center of the American way. We believe in religious liberty, the right to free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms.
Yeah, buddy.
We believe that children should be taught to love our country, honor our incredible history, and always respect our great American flag. We believe that the first duty of government is loyal to its citizens, and we live by the words of our national motto that we are going to keep. We'll never change this. In God we trust.
I'm telling you, Bruce.
These are the beliefs, traditions, and principles that bind us together as citizens, as neighbors, as great patriots. These are the values that unite people all across the great state of Texas. From Houston to Austin, from Dallas to El Paso, from the Red River to the Rio Grande, the Lone Star State embodies the spirit.
Guys, YouTube has an alert for an F-35BS Lightning II conduct flight operation with guided bomb unit in the Philippine Sea. Not saying what country.
Freedom like no one else. This is the state where William Travis, James Bowie, and Davy Crockett made their last stand at the Alamo.
Patriot News is Americans form a human wall at the border.
This is the state where a small band of patriots at the Battle of Gonzales, armed with a single cannon, stared down a foreign powerful army and declared, "Come and take it! Come and take it!"
Yeah,
Come
Trump!
and take it!
Sweet! Uh-oh. Buffering. Sorry, guys.
And Texas is the state where generations of
I
farmers,
know, Aaron.
ranchers, oil workers,
Come and take it. That's
helped build
right.
up extraordinary
I bet everyone's got their guns
in
on their lap
all
by
of
now.
Human history. That's what we are.
Oh, Froggy.
We were
They got
losing
something
track.
going
We
on
didn't
over the
lose track
border.
anymore.
Bunch of
We're
patriots
two
showed
days
up and they're
before,
forming a human
you are
wall.
going to make your stand. That's what we've done. We've made our stand and we've made it together. This is a big group of millions and millions of people that have come together like never before in our history. This has never happened before. And we've come for safety.
Yep, Froggy, I just seen a AF piece on that, on my
By the hand of
notifications.
Almighty God. We are one united movement, one united people, and one United States
Holy
of America.
crap. That's some slamming shit there.
And together,
I know, right, John? I want to go
proud
grab the
and
shotgun and stroke it a few
incredible
minutes
and great
here.
people of the state of Texas, we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Texas. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm glad they turned it down. Woo! I love the song though.
All right, folks, thank you very much for joining us and choosing us.
Alrighty. Wow. That was a bonus. I didn't even know. Oof. This thing is so close to me. Oof. Look like a bobblehead there. I 420'd it. Oops. Yeah, right. So, man, that was cool. Bam. You got it. The one thing I love, he talks so every common day person can understand it. He's not using these big words that need a bunch of freaking attorneys to, figure out what it was that he said. He gets his message apart. He's right to the point. He don't have to butter it. He don't have to freaking throw whipped cream on it. Bam. Oh, thanks, Aaron. I don't know where I got it. I got it somewhere, but that's one of those blown glass pieces. And this on the outside, I thought it was actually brown, and this shirt's like a taupe color. I don't know. But that wall's coming, guys. I'm excited. I want that wall. Now, Bruce, it's only the 11th. He gave the Dems till the 15th. And if they don't come up with anything, I think you should shut the whole dang government down. Maybe they'll get tired of giving us dang tickets for going 5 miles over the speed limit. Yeah, I just got a notice drop. The day was all kind of screwed up today. I didn't get to sleep till early this morning, and I have to check on him again a little bit. Well, you know what, Aaron? Maybe he's saving the best for last. Maybe he's going to run on that in 2020. That's what I said, Froggy. The thing is like, they can only use local patriots because you can't take guns across state lines. I think it's illegal. Dallas, it's been miserable here. It's been raining. I haven't even watched the weather. I don't know what's coming this way. Days back I seen we were coming up for some big rain. Yeah, oh, I wanted to ask. Did anybody see anything on the news today or on the line here? Whether the banks opened up, Wells Fargo, and I heard Chase was having problems and a few others. Anybody drop you hear anything? Are they back online and back to normal? Yeah, but that's carry permit. I get the grandkids tomorrow. The one son that lives closest to us, they're having their baby tomorrow. So that'll be 6 grandkids. Yay! And I get the 3 of them. Well, I don't know how they're working it yet. Whether it's just going to be I'm going to pick them up after school, keep them here till evening, till somebody comes home, or if they're going to take off school and just come. And so I'm going to have a blast. I love when the grandkids come. I will drop I haven't gotten into my mail yet. And for the shows I was trying to restart the computer and I ended up having to totally shut it off and come back on. Yeah, but there's a waiting period, isn't there? Oh, Aaron, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. And you know what? If they are bankrupt, I hope Trump says, sorry, let them go. There'll be little mom and pop banks, everything else. Don't give them another tax dollar. You guys think he's going to do it? You think he's going to call national emergency and shut it down on the 15th? I think other people going too far. They're like, oh no, we're getting ready for martial law. A national emergency doesn't guarantee martial law will follow. We've been through plenty of them before. If if he's going to shut it down for 30 more days, it's probably to get rid of more wasteless spending. But I think he should shut it all down. I don't think anyone in Congress should get paid. You know what I mean? And no back pay for them. They're not doing their job. They want to sit on their damn hands. Don't pay them. Yep. I mean, shut the whole dang thing down. Because, Drop, I'm afraid them sneaky little bastards in Congress, just like they all voted to give NATO $1 trillion, I'd shut it all down so they can't pass anything. And when they can't be there slipping shit through, they'll change their mind really fast. Secure the nation, then go after them jerks. That's what I say. Yeah, and Bruce, everybody's like, oh no, it's going to be, there's this one guy I listen to, and I caught one good show, but like, he's doing a disservice to the people he's talking to. And we don't need to. I mean, unless there's like riots and everything, but they could do it in one city. They could do it in one state. He doesn't really have to declare. Anything flares up, bam, they can do it state by state. Yeah, Froggy. So, I mean, it's just, woof. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play some Stephen Greer. Pick up where we left off last night. Drop, what's that link for? Exactly, Bruce. I see no need for it. And I think if he did it, the people would panic. So I think like if it goes a city by city, I mean, Fantifa starts acting up, whatever, bam, martial law. Portland, all them places, bam. But he don't have to do it for the whole. A national emergency gives him enough leeway. I'd do a national emergency and shut down the border for the exception of, deliveries and stuff like that. So it doesn't hurt financially. And these morons need to wake up. That sweet deal that Trump made with Mexico, that's how Mexico's paying for the wall. I hate it, man. You get these idiots in chat rooms. Oh, I thought Mexico was paying for the wall. Well, just because they didn't write them a check doesn't mean they're not paying for it. I heard we did well on that deal. Better than it was. Debate Daily. I don't even know who Debate Daily is. Oh, God, that just didn't sound right. Well, don't they pay into that too, Drop? No, oh, yeah, it's the way I said it. My bad. Or maybe the way I thought it. Welcome, Debate. Dallas, I don't see it happening. It's unnecessary. He could do just as much, just with the national emergency. Shut it down for 2 weeks, give the people their pay, then open it, give them their pay, and shut it right down again. Enough for them checks to be let out. Bam. Oh, Debate, do tell. Yeah, but still, Bruce, they can do it city by city, here and there. Everything's got to be planned. Debate. All those caravans coming up. Now the mumps are spreading. That's 11 different diseases. In the measles, Americans aren't getting it because we had very little. We had maybe four. Well, one doctor had 4 cases of measles in 25 years. People getting the measles aren't Americans, not most Americans. It's mostly illegals and every other little thing that they're gonna bring with them. A debate, you know what? 3 states on the border, that would be fine. But what I was saying is, you can go state by state. He didn't have to do the whole martial law. They can do it right there in the cities that are actually bordering. They don't even have to do it by the state. Ah, nice, Dallas. I don't know, Drop. I saw a little more footage today. Yeah, I mean, they don't even have to do it by state. They could just do right there, the city. I mean, because like we get cities, they get a lot of damage, or counties. And as soon as they impose curfews and everything, that's soft martial law without actually saying martial law. Debate, that's awesome, man. And they should use them. And for, a little martial law deal, yep, they'd use National Guards. Well, can't he just declare martial law there to do it? Like I said, you could do it. I mean, can you do that in D.C.? Because D.C. isn't actually a state. It's not even a part of the United States, actually. That's okay, gun. I got my year's supply of tobacco. Shut her all down. But the rest of the details, there's going to be roundups. Yeah, debate. If they didn't pick anybody up during that, uh, they looked good. They looked really good. So if that's a trial run, so be it. But I still don't think they're just going to do it. I think they're going to disguise it and dress it up and say, "Oh yeah, we're going to have another drill or something like that." Because if regular people seen like six of those Black Hawks and everything coming through the streets, they'd freak. Bilderbergs hate every country. Dev, what, honey, what? I shouldn't have 1020'd it. Dev, I missed the post. Yeah, I think everyone's over fearing it. I mean, is the potential there? Yeah, but I mean, if he wanted to, he could have did it the last time he shut down the government. State of emergency is going to be declared. Maybe it is already. Debate. He has till the 15th. He's going to keep to his word, I believe. And then he's going to say, that's it, national emergency. They can't come up with a deal. You've been at Bilderberg at 2016. Oh, crap, debate. That's impressive there. As long as you were there to get some information. I expected the national emergency. You know, a debate way back there in, what was it, November? A DHS was telling people have at least 2 months. They said 2 to 6 months, preferably 6 months or more. If nobody got that warning from DHS, if everybody did what they were supposed to, there's not going to be any interruption. I mean, we could just go, okay, sure. They need to trim down on the government anyway. We can't all say, oh, yeah, we want a smaller government and keep all the people we got paying. Dev, I'm not. Nope. Debate, man. That's some info there. Thanks. Oh, dang. Perry. Whew. Aaron, they need to shut it all down so them little sneaks can't pass anything. I'm still not happy about the trillion in NATO. All right, well. Oh, Perry. Salute. Thank you for your service. Yeah, Trump, my love, sure did. Well, we were playing it, so I was happy about it. Always a good speech. I get hooting. I was hooting. So, okay, I'm gonna pick up where we left off last night with the Stephen Greer thing. So we'll play that and listen to that, and I might have to make another pot of coffee. I drank that whole pot of coffee already.
it's a long story, but I mean, I'll try to cover it. I mean, you guys are going to get more information. It's going to be TMI, too much information by the end of this, but this is why I'm doing this today, is that I want to leave a record of everything I've learned that's critical for the public in case, you know, I'm 60 now, so who knows what will happen to me. So it's important to leave this. But if you're the president, don't assume that you have an all-access pass. The presidential daily briefing doesn't have anything really that critical in it.
This is the Dr. Dreer that we started watching last night.
You had Johnson come
around,
and
it's at
and you
right
had,
now the
Nixon. And Nixon, by the way,
57-19 mark.
Eisenhower. Nixon actually was pulled in as head of the Space Committee. The vice president sits as chair of the Space Committee into Majestic. This group, MAJIC, M-A-J-I-C, is actually what it's called. It's the Majority Intelligence Committee.
Oh, Aaron, that would be nice, nice.
And MAJIC tapped Nixon, and he thought as president,
cup's empty,
he would be the guy that would disclose this, because he thought it was time, and he was finally became president after Jack Kennedy, he felt, swindled him out of the presidency in 1960. And of course, Lyndon Johnson inherited the presidency in a sense after the assassination, had one term, part of another, the rest of Jack Kennedy's term. But Nixon thought, well, okay, I'm going to do
Froggy,
this.
have a good night.
A little thing
Stop
called
by
Watergate
AutoZone or something, one of those chain ones. They'll loan you the tools.
Those of you too young to remember, it was the break-in over
here
at this office in a luxury apartment on the Potomac. And it was a bag job. Bagmen went in and broke into the Democratic National Committee offices to get lists and information, and Nixon ended up covering it up. I mean, it's kind of standard operating procedure. You know, it's like it wasn't really that big of a deal in the sense that it happens all the day. You just don't know it. But there was a guy named Woodard who was ONI, Office of Naval, you know, Bernstein, Woodard and Bernstein. Look it up. And Office of Naval Intelligence.
This guy, if he doesn't do anything else, I think he honestly stokes my imagination about the stuff he's talking about, so I can go check it out.
Because Nixon was planning
to give me a place to dig.
Secrecy. And the way they took him down was by impeachment rather than by a bullet.
Good night, Deb. Love you.
Why Nixon was impeached. Now, he did do the Watergate, and he was a crook. But, I mean, I would say most politicians have engaged in such things. I know I'm a bit cynical about it, but, you know, it's not that unusual for dirty tricks and oppo research to be done against someone else, and you have someone go and steal something or rifle through trash to get dirt on someone, and that's what they were doing. And in this case, it was a break-in, so technically it was illegal, and then he covered it up and he got impeached. But the real reason why that became such a big scandal and hit the shit hit the fan was that this ONI guy, Woodard, had a source that he worked who had the actionable intelligence on what really happened, and there goes the president. And of course, you know, we had Ford, who was a part-term time guy, and he had a CIA director, Bill Colby, who was a member of MAJIC. Bill Colby.
After the show, I'll go into my emails.
Is this good? You know, you need this, huh? Colby, and by the way, Nixon had a guy named Dick Helms, who did not want me to talk about this at all.
You got it, Drop. Thank you.
Someone who is part of a
yeah,
group,
Perry, we're gonna, him and I are getting together. We're gonna do a giveaway.
But, what ended up happening with Colby is that as he got
some
older,
quarter-ounce silver,
he was very, very upset.
It's in the making. We're gonna do something
CIA
up.
director who was involved to an extent in the MAJIC.
We're just not quite sure how we're gonna.
Decided that it was really
whether you got to answer the question and be the first one to answer an email.
Years, and he decided to defect as a lone wolf, but an unacknowledged lone wolf. And this is why I'll never allow this again. So let me tell you what really happened to Bill Colby. Bill Colby reached out to me through his best friend, a colonel who I will not name, still living, and an elderly man, but a full-bird colonel who had been in MAJIC this committee that's
space
in the
and-
majority intelligence committee that oversees the UFO issue. And he wanted
Jup, you know, Bruce was
Bill
one of our
wanted
Navy SEALs.
to bring forward the technologies, not the things that fly, but an energy technology.
I got a little
on,
lantern radio
these classified
to go camping
operations
with.
and some seed money, about $50 million, and I guess kind of gray area seed money to my
Terry,
group, so we can bring these technologies out.
Ran into him this
and
weekend.
The oil.
I
and
actually
global
woke up
warming
to this
and
show.
the poverty and all of that.
I left the
Now,
auto on the
person who
computer.
approached me, a member of my board,
And I woke up and I was
and
listening.
this colonel
And I
wouldn't
was
say
listening,
who the
I was
client
like,
was.
wow.
They were going to set up a secret meeting.
But this was the first one I ever listened
if I
to.
know who he is.
So I'd like
They
to
said,
see what
"Why?"
other
I
work
said,
he does,
"Because I can
Terry.
put him into a security system." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Not knowing is dangerous for him." They said, "No, he won't do it that way." So I said, "Okay." So I'm working full-time as a trauma doctor, emergency doctor, and we're setting that up. And the week before I'm going to meet with this former CI director, they find him floating down the Potomac River, made to look
Do you know what, Perry?
like an accident.
The
And
mannerism that he has when he does this
and it was
speech,
tragic. And I said, I will never
he's not
do this
searching
again. I
around,
felt terribly
looking
guilty.
around, and he
And,
seems very sincere and
his best
matter-of-factly.
friend came to
when
my
he
best friend's
speaks.
funeral, Sherry
So
Adams,
I'd like to see what other
who had
stuff
been
he
helping me
does.
for years and who was one of
I
the
wanted
three
to
of us
share
who
it with
mysteriously got
everybody. You know, it was like
metastatic cancer
2015. I
the
don't.
same month.
I like to cut into other people's shows,
And
stuff that's just
Simeon, I think
happening.
knew
You know what I mean? Or if
And,
they're live.
This colonel came
I like
to
to
her
grab
wake,
some things
and
that
he
are
just looked at
a
me.
little
He said,
while
"We can't
old.
look back.
So then that way
We have
nobody
to keep
gets mad
putting
at
one
me.
foot in front of the other, even though we both have had horrible losses." Yeah. So we did. We kept going. And, you know, when Bill Colby was killed, I thought at that
Steve
point, well,
Olson,
his game is
WSO.
over. You know, I was from 94 until
No,
now,
but,
I was about to give
is
up
he
on
good,
everything.
Perry?
But anyway, very, very difficult emotionally and very difficult physically to carry this for, 25 years. But, I figured this is the pearl of great price. You don't throw this one back in to the water. And this is huge. So we decided we would just continue marshaling our energies and go forward. But we knew that we couldn't do anything like that again. It had to be open.
Yeah. I always got a
I
notepad
had
back
to know,
here. I
and
love
to the
it.
extent things none of this skullduggery, because the secrecy is their domain. If you go to the National Reconnaissance Office, the super secret spy agency that runs all the satellites, above their entrance it says, "We own the night."
I got it down. Thanks, Perry. I'll check them
I
out.
always say we need to own the light.
Dr.
We need to own the light
Claudia
of disclosure
Albert.
and the truth and bring this out. So I try to do things to the extent I can, as fully as possible out in the open, while maintaining the confidences of those who are still living who ask me to do so. But and that's why I'm giving you this much information today. The other thing to remember about how the Colby demise evolved was that he was going to make a run at one of the big central reasons for the secrecy, which I'll get into in a moment. And that's the technology. This is
I'll definitely check these guys out, Terry.
Story. Because imagine bringing out a technology that would sit on this podium.
I like
that
to
would
surf.
run your house, pulling energy from what's been called the zero-point energy field. That never has to be.
I love good content. If they got good content and solid, and it stokes my brain.
And it's estimated that
this
every
guy really made me think.
centimeter of space in this room has enough energy to run the United States for a year, if you can tap it. And it has been tapped. So at the root of interstellar transport, aside from the transdimensional and anti-gravity, is the energy source. And the energy source is this amazing electromagnetic flux field. In fact, the early man-made UFOs were called flux liners because it's pulling energy out of this infinite ocean, this infinite sea, as Tesla called it. Professor Dirac called it the Dirac Sea, but it was this infinite field of energy that is at the root of space-time, embedded within space-time. And so bringing out something like that would, of course, immediately make oil, gas, coal, ExxonMobil, cars, internal combustion engines, jet engines,
Knuckle punch.
rockets, diesel, ocean liner engine, everything you can think of that we use would be obsolete and would be retired very quickly.
Well, now that you think that, I'm definitely going to check this out.
In mineral assets and infrastructure.
But you know, I never choose
sides.
We also
need a public utility. Every car and home.
I might come away with a different take than both of you.
I mean, it is a whole new world. Now, we could have had that world before I was born. We don't have it yet. And as a result,
Dallas, you'd be loving this drum right here.
And now we're facing World War III.
This thing's about 40 years old.
There are consequences to this kind of secrecy, unintended, and some are intended. But the unintended consequences are really about blowing back on us hard right now, both physically, geophysically, environmentally, geopolitically, and militarily. It's a very dangerous thing to thwart the development of normal technologies to be used for peaceful purposes. Now, that's the big caveat. Use them for peaceful purposes. Now, eventually, one of the things that happened along the lines of this was, how do we keep all this secret? Well, wet works kill people. Compartmentalization, unacknowledged special access projects, nobody outside the project knows. A big one is ridicule. I have a document from 1950s where they talk about engaging Disney Studios, which had done a lot of the OSS propaganda films in World War II. And Walt Disney was an asset of the CIA. And believe it or not, I mean, everyone thinks of cartoons, but so they were going to engage Disney Studios to make flying saucer and little green men films, you know, ha ha ha. And it ridiculed the subject so that respectable people would say, well, you're a kook if you're dealing with UFOs.
North Carolina.
And that was done deliberately, and this was part of what I referred to in that earlier document, the psychological warfare value of the subject. How do you create the psychological nexus so that the subject becomes subject
I enjoy
non grata?
This guy. I think one person didn't really care for him. I just bumped into him.
It has ridicule associated with it. And an Air Force major told me, who's one of our Disclosure Project witnesses, who was present when we shot and killed an ET on the tarmac at McGuire Field there in New Jersey. His testimony is quite riveting if you've read the materials. And, you know, he was saying, look, really the way this has been kept secret more than anything is just sheer ridicule. Nobody wants to be laughed at. Everyone's concerned what their friends might think.
He was doing fine tonight, guys. I didn't see him start anything.
So this ridicule.
He come in, he was pleasant, he was nice, he was courteous.
The psychological warfare programs. So by the time, you know, we came on the stage,
he wasn't even irritated. He just seemed like he was having a great day.
A hole of ridicule and denial.
Unless he, you know, starts with anyone,
and everything else.
I wouldn't.
How do you
But don't entice them either.
You know, it's very difficult because most
Put it away, guys.
Put it away. People don't want to be ridiculed.
You know what you know, that's it.
Nor do
the block
scientific
teacher.
And people and professors and government folks. I mean, there's so many people in the Congress.
Now, unless I missed something.
Very interested, know this is real.
Yeah, I don't want to know the story.
Will you hold a hearing on this?
Tonight.
Go, no.
He was in, he was
my career,
fine.
I'd be the laughing stock. I'd be Senator Moonbeam or Congressman, you know, Tinfoil Hat or whatever. So that ridicule, which was ramped up in the 50s, has been very effective, incredibly effective. And that's one of the hard problems I've faced as well. Although, you know, as a medical doctor, luckily I was known as a very good emergency doctor before I got on Larry King Live and started doing stuff like this.
Well, until he does something wrong.
If it had been the other way around, I probably would have never been hired. Really, yeah, so I was careful in my timing because I did have a family of 4 children to support. Luckily, they're all out of college now. So, now, the next thing I want to, if the next document,
like if you move on from Marilyn Monroe's tragedy, he was
and there will be time at the end today for you to ask questions. I'm sure your mind must be swirling by now about a lot of things.
Yeah, maybe everybody just needs to let it go.
The next document is the Peterson memo.
He's been around us
Arlington
too long.
Institute.
We can't oust him.
So this is the meeting that never happened with me and the CIA director.
Barry, I'm lucky. My
Very
man will be able to
interesting.
show me how to work it, and he said that getting a license
Look at
isn't
the
bad
date.
at all.
3rd of December, 1993. The meeting between me and the sitting CIA director was the 13th of December, 1993. And, is that document up? And the CIA director, R. James Woolsey, who, when information about my meeting came out after he had left office, denied it ever happened. Luckily, I could call him in a flat-footed lie. I always tell people in Washington, how do you know these politicians and lawyers are lying? Their lips are moving. If their lips are moving, they're lying. I know it's a very cynical thing to say, but unfortunately very true. But this document, which I'm not going to go all the way through, but some of the,
We'll just block them
some of
down.
the information is very, very important. I talked to Woolsey this morning, and he suggested getting
Maybe
together,
it's too fresh.
underline
Maybe
his
just get
underline.
a little time, you know.
Project Starlight that's referred to here was
Just
the
do the
coalition I
block
put
and-
together before the Disclosure Project, which no one knew about, where I was trying to get the President Clinton, to lead the
Injun, I
disclosure on
did
this.
that.
And
The 10-20 time.
it's a very interesting document, because on the second page it says, remember, the most powerful people in the world will have a deep, compelling interest in our activities, and will use everything in italics at their disposal to effect their objectives. Very threatening. And then he suggests that I get an encrypted portable phone because my kitchen doesn't have one. I mean, the whole thing is like such. Now here I am. Okay, you know, I'm like 30-some years old. I'm an emergency doctor,
seem like the old
and I'm
frog.
being asked to come up and brief the sitting CIA
He
director.
tonight,
because,
he
and
just
if you
seemed
read
like
this
his old
it
self.
states in there, he's made inquiries and no one's telling him anything.
Before things got bumpy.
This is the sitting director of the CIA.
Yeah, right.
This is the proof the meeting took place. Now, there is other proof.
FCC be coming
Now,
for y'all.
What the hell is going on that a sitting CIA director doesn't know anything about the most top secret CIA
There's lots of vets around here, Charles. And current.
illegal, outrageous, unconstitutional, criminal. And
So,
when I
you know what I
found
mean?
this
The
out,
information,
now remember,
if
this is
it's not
22
from
years ago
FCC,
almost,
you know.
it was a shock to me. Because I was raised like most people. I thought, you know, well, there's a president.
Well, in
there are all
case shit
these
hits
spooks, and
the fan,
there's a
you
chain
really
of
think they're
command
going to
and
worry
it
about
operates.
licenses?
I didn't know about unacknowledged special access projects. I certainly could not have imagined that the man who puts together the presidential daily briefing would be kept secret on stuff that I had collected unbelievable
Dean, do I need to, like,
amounts of
up my
evidence
bit rate?
for the existence of UFOs, extraterrestrial intelligence, et cetera, and so on. But that was the case. And when I met with this man for nearly 3 hours, it became quite clear to me
Bruce
that
or
it was
anybody?
not a prevarication.
Do I need to up?
I really
up
thought
my,
that he was saying that
bit rate.
just as a way of blowing me off, or, you know, not blowing me off, but sort of saying, you know, I want to meet with you to find out what you know, but I actually do know, and I'm going to pretend like I don't know.
God, I'm starting to
This
like
man,
Nancy
and my wife can
Pelosi.
attest to this, was shaken to his foundation. The cover story for the meeting was a dinner party in the D.C. area, which is typical. The wives were invited as cover.
Yeah.
Terrible thing to say, but it's true. So my wife was there. I was there. The CIA director and his wife, who's Chief Operating Officer of the National Academy of Sciences, was there, and my host, John Peterson, and his wife. Interestingly, she didn't know who was coming to dinner until that afternoon.
Yeah.
He wouldn't tell her. And then she
Aaron,
finds
you
out
know
like 2
those
hours
woods
before
better
we
than
appear,
anyone.
there's this UFO expert and the CIA director and his wife coming for dinner. Can you imagine being that wife? That was I'm sure that night was an interesting conversation after we all left. But
okay.
that's how these things are done.
I don't know if I can do it from here.
The tragedy of it, though, is that if you have a breakdown in government this severe, those of you who are students of governance, where you can have a
I think
CIA
before you
director
stream
or
or
senior members of the
something.
military who are being left out of something
There's,
very important, and which hundreds of billions of dollars
there's a way
per
to
year
change it.
are going into, then you have no government. So
Sorry.
the deep national security state from 19
It said last night I had a bad
today
feed
has
when I went
devolved
back in and checked
into
it
this
out.
sub rosa,
That's weird. It's
unacknowledged,
happening some places and not
not
others.
international, transnational entity with representation in the UK, Canada, Australia,
Because I rebooted
Brazil,
and everything
China,
before I went
Russia,
on.
former
My
Soviet
computer's
Union,
clear.
which on this issue work together like this. It is not responsive to the body politic. It is not responsive to the heads of government or even the heads of committees and cabinet level people. There are some cabinet level people, however, who have known. I mentioned a few. There was a CIA director known as George H.W. Bush, and the CIA headquarters is now named after him. He was a member and is a member of MAGIC. But then there are others like Woolsey who wouldn't be told anything.
I'm cruising and looking.
Some presidents have been given a little information, and some have been told nothing. Why? Well, here's how it works.
240.
It took me a long time to figure out something very simple. I call this a
Yeah,
slow biopsy.
Ed, I think it goes down to everyone's
doctors talk about
individual
biopsy.
settings.
It's a psychological analysis.
I got the
So let's
one
say
right before
this
the
gentleman
highest,
is
whatever
the
that
incoming
is.
director of the CIA. The outgoing director of the CIA is me. As incoming director of the CIA, they've taken your life apart,
Okay.
and they know what your values are. If your values are that you would not go along with an illegal, criminal, unconstitutional effort and engage in
Our
assassinations
vets
that were illegal
rule.
and other things,
I love our vets.
they will never tell you about this.
And ones that serve
And
now.
even if you're the president that's incoming. This is what happened to Jimmy Carter, and I know this for a fact. Jimmy Carter got elected, and the outgoing CIA director was, guess who? George H.W. Bush. George H.W. Bush, when he was called in and they had the transition meeting for between November and January when they had the transition and they're standing up the new cabinet, was asked personally, face to face, by Jimmy Carter.
No, Ed, you gotta
And I
change
met
your
with someone
bit
who
rate.
was there about the UFO issue. And Bush said, I'm not going to tell you in a very derisive way about that. Go see if you can get it from the Congressional Research Service. Literally. Brushed him off. And Carter was stunned because Carter had had a UFO sighting when he was governor of Georgia. I have his report form that he filed officially. Signed.
Not like it's going to kill anything.
He ran in 1976 on ending UFO secrecy, actually. So he put together a White House study on UFOs, which we have Disclosure Project witnesses that attest thereto, and they were reaching out to Stanford Research International to do SRI to do the study for them because they couldn't get anything from outgoing CIA Director Bush. And that entity, SRI, had some people come in and threaten them and said, basically, if you want to receive any more contracts from the Department of Defense or the U.S. government, you will refuse to do this study for the White House. We have that as an affidavit signed from someone involved. So now this is very extraordinary, but we have legal documents to prove it. So Carter was boxed out of this. And not long ago, he was at a signing ceremony, signing guitars in Spain to raise money for the Carter Center a few years ago. And a very well-known, I think his name's John Williams, well-known classical guitarist who's on our team was there and said, you know, at dinner, someone asked Carter, what was it like to be the most powerful man in the world? And President Carter said, I don't think I was that man. And everyone just thought he was joking. And he said, well, there are certain things I wasn't allowed to know about. And someone in a ridiculing way said,
Notice
ha,
my
ha, ha,
silence
what, like
on this.
UFOs? And President Carter said, yes, that and more, referring to these energy and technology things. And so
All
Carter,
right, Ed. I hope the audio is good anyway.
It is true that he did not get access the whole time he was president, because he would have ended
Okay,
the
good night,
secrecy and they knew it.
Miriam.
It's also why he was a one-term president.
She's probably going to go
Now,
out
we
and go
had
have
after him
some
Ronald
coconut drinks.
or
out
Ray
there.
Gun,
Do they
as I
have
call him.
coconuts in Mexico?
Or so a colonel
A dumb blonde moment.
who reached out to me was one of the guys putting together the SDI, Strategic
Some kind of
Defense
fruit
Initiative,
out there.
Star Wars.
Fruit and
and
drink.
he actually met with Carter and Reagan. Carter was a hard sell, Reagan was a soft sell on the billions to go into Star Wars. Now, the way it worked is that the Star Wars was always a cover story for targeting in space interstellar vehicles using these scalar weapons, not lasers, not if it's at the speed of light, it's not fast enough.
All right, native.
Everything important is faster than the speed of light. And so what happened is that he, at that point, got convinced. They sent just the right people in to convince Reagan that there was an existential alien threat. Basically what Wernher von Braun warned on his deathbed about, which we'll get to in a moment.
That could take on
and
a few
so Reagan
meanings
bought
there,
into it.
native.
That's why you can Google this. At the UN, he said, wouldn't our job of uniting the world
Maybe
be
you meant
easier
it one way and
if
it
we
was
could
taken a
unite
different
against
way?
a common alien threat?
Rephrase that, Injun.
I'm
Rephrase it.
You can look this up. Actually, Bill Clinton recently said that on Jimmy Kimmel, something very similar. The reason that happens is because there is a prevailing need for people who are in certain positions to be given what is, I call, targeted and tailor-made disinformation. Information that is geared towards scaring the hell out of them so they go along with the agenda of militarism as opposed to peaceful contact with these civilizations. And it's not hard to do if you have a certain orientation, if you have a certain mindset based on fear, xenophobia.
Again, notice my silence.
That whole mindset. So that's really the criteria. Whether someone is pulled in the loop of this secrecy in government or not has to do with what their values are, what their psychological profile is, whether they will go along with the agenda of secrecy. If they will not go along with the agenda of secrecy, they're not going to tell you anything. I don't care if you are the President of the United States or the CIA Director or the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Let that breath out. Woo.
But there have been people who do know in those same positions. Why? Because they were willing to go along with this chicanery. Now, if the next document you can put up, it's just a partial list of the sort of VIPs and government official I briefed. It goes 3 pages long. It's 50, 60,
Yep.
70, and this is just a few of them. Every single one of these people, without exception, and you can scroll down through them and just flip through. I'm not going to go through them all. We don't have time. There's a lot of work having private meetings with this many people.
Odd for me not to have an opinion.
Every single one of these people, from Senator Claiborne Pell to the CIA Director to the head of intelligence for the Joint Staff to the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency, the biggest intelligence gathering entity in the Pentagon, every single one of these people wanted to know but had been denied access to these unacknowledged special access projects. Every single one of them. That is the proof we have. If we ever had to go to court to prove that the operation is illegal, and these people, the ones still living, would be subpoenaed. Because, believe me, and I have more, one of them that you see on page 2 here is Lord Hill Norton. And if you go to this next document, this is a 5-star admiral. How many people have heard of Lord Hill Norton? He's actually a great guy. He passed away not long ago. I don't mind sharing these couple letters. I have a whole file with him.
We got about 3 more minutes.
He asked me to come to his estate in England and brief him back in, I believe it was 1990 sometime. And he was
I'll let it go to
a five-star admiral.
1:30 exactly, so we can
And,
again pick it up next week.
Lord Hill Norton,
Let me see.
is that the one? Is that the right one? Yeah. He had found out through other sources
Yeah, we'll just
that
do this in
UFOs were
part.
real, and that there was a big operation in the UK that was this transnational deep
Oh,
national
were you in
security
JW's?
state working with
Terry.
the British. But he was head of the Ministry of Defense, and as such was head of MI5
Well,
and
Terry,
MI6.
I'm glad you enjoyed
He was also head of
yourself.
the Military Committee for NATO.
I'm like the one person
He
I
had
don't
no
want to get
knowledge of
really
these
big.
projects the entire time he was in
I mean,
government.
if I wanted to go into acting or something,
And
I would have
when I
done it
met
when I
with
was
him
young. I like
at his
being
cottage,
behind the scenes. I keep
and
this
you know
with a
what's
nice
kind of
little
cute
tight
about it is
group,
the second document.
and then
if you go
other
to the next
people
one, he
maybe
says,
go
I
out
thoroughly
and do a
enjoyed
little
our
show
talk
for their
when you
friends.
came in August. This was in August.
Then,
of,
you know what I mean?
I
We
guess
can
it was
keep
1995.
the way of thinking, not so much the
And I am
information, but
grateful
the way
to you
of
for your
thinking.
time. I read all the
And
materials
go live
you left me. I
maybe
intend
once
to read
a
it all
week.
again.
Gather your friends
I
there.
also shared it with Countess Murray, who shares our interest.
Once you get big, you become
I have an idea you may have
a
met her
target.
some time
No,
ago.
Aaron,
Might meet a
I'm
lot
just
of
going to
folks.
turn the show
I
off.
found your latest brief on the national security implications of the UFO subject
So
very
it's
clear
not
and very
so
convincing,
much.
and it goes on. It's a beautiful letter.
Hold on, we got
and
2 more
things he
minutes,
was going to do with the
15
European
seconds if you
Parliament
can
and
stay.
whatnot. He died not being able to accomplish as much as he wanted to with the British government because I had to explain to him why he never knew anything about this.
I am reading
And
the
it's
chat.
a very hard thing to sit with someone like a CIA director or someone like this,
don't
who's
have
one of the most
Guru.
powerful people in the military and intelligence field in the world, and tell them, you just were not in the loop. And he basically said to me, well, why didn't they tell me? And he was a little hurt and kind of petulant. And I said, sir, I'm going to answer your question with a question. What would you have done if you'd found out there was a transnational
I love it because
entity,
he actually puts the
unacknowledged,
documents up.
running
And then you can go
unconstitutionally in your
research
country
those
and mine,
documents.
engaging in assassinations, keeping from the planet technologies that would save the earth from environmental destruction and eliminate poverty within a generation. And that they are using these technologies to try to provoke, as agents provocateurs, an interstellar conflict. And
Yeah,
World War
and just guys, stay
that
one
they
more
were
minute because
completely
I'll talk. I
off
don't
the
want to talk
reservation
over them.
without any controls from the chief executive or the legitimate governments of the
Oh
world.
no, you guys,
And he hopped
I'm getting
up and
ready to get
down.
me
He's
some
this little
popcorn.
guy with piercing blue. He says, I wouldn't have stood for it for a bloody minute. I said, well, that's why they didn't tell you. He says, what do you mean? He thought I was being impertinent. I said, because
And we
they
still
knew
got a
you
half
wouldn't go
hour
along
to
with
go
that
for the
agenda.
show, so.
Therefore, you are out of the loop. That's how it works. It's that simple. So you basically accumulate people who are enormously evil and who want to see terrible damage done to the planet because at their core, they love war and they love conflict. They do not want peace to break out. As one of them said to me, heaven forbid we should have peace on this planet. Too many people would be out of business. Too many.
And there you go. That was Stephen Greer. If anybody wants to continue watching it before next week, there's the link. Yeah, newcomers that came over from JWTV, I love what JW does. I love how he does it. And like I said, I'm never going to monetize this channel. You know why? Because if I make money, they make money. So I'm going to use their system against them and do it for free. And they ain't making a dime off it. So I won't, just because of what they did and how they treated people and throwing people off, I'll never monetize. They're not going to take 15 or 30%. No. Nope. Less money for them. That's okay. I'm surviving. So, but it's the concept of doing things and like playing things, whether anybody does it with just audio, or they want to get some it's the way of thinking. It's like, okay, well, here's something that's educational. Write some stuff down, and then have something to chase around. That's what I do. I like JW. I think even before I remember. Yeah, so if I stay little and everybody else can do a little bit of time throughout the week at some point, I can get another little group. It's just a way of thinking and question things, and say, okay, I like digging. I got a whole bin there filled with folders. I went like I wanted to know why Japan kept getting the every time the missiles right around when the missiles went off, I was checking fault lines, and I got all kinds of notebooks and YouTube educated and some articles. Miriam, I'm sorry you feel that way. I wish you guys would just block each other. I don't want to lose anybody. I've been around you guys for too long. So yeah, I mean, Perry and you guys that come in new, I try to go on Sunday nights and Monday nights. And like I said, if we all sub to each other and just try to do something, go live, play around with it, find a niche, just just do things, just expand people's minds, let them exercise it. We've become lazy. I don't want to lose anyone. Just saying. I'm gonna go grab a Pepsi. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, there was a Trump rally outside the border out there, Texas, I think. So I played that for the show. It was a good one. He's just calling people out. Good. Now some people got kicked out, but there was also some kind of abortion rally near there. So probably pay attention to the news on that. Oop. I had to get something to drink, sorry. John, sorry about that in-house fighting there. Please excuse the mess. They're going to clean it up shortly. Thank you for stopping in. And if you can get something out live, well, my little thingy isn't working. I'm afraid to click on your name or anything that I'll leave my stream. I don't understand why. My little button things don't work. Let me see. What can I play in the background for? Oh. I could wait till the end for music. Alright, I'm checking something out here. Yeah. I think they all got each other's phone numbers. I think they should talk it out. I'm really excited to try out those other channels. Check out some other content and whatnot. Dutch Synths. Yeah, okay. John, maybe next week will be better. I'm just trying to let it work out. That's all. I don't know. For a bunch of stinking Christians in here, you talk the talk. How about walking the walk? You're supposed to be forgiving. If you can't forgive the petty stuff on earth, why in the hell do you think God ought to forgive you up there? It's not our choice it's not our job to judge anyone. That's it. It's funny. Every one of you can quote something in the Bible. Every one of you. What about forgiveness, man? Or just let it go. Call each other. Maybe you need to scream at each other for a little bit. Just saying, I don't like to see anyone fight. I don't like to see anyone misunderstand or argue or anything. Hey, drop. When I close out at midnight, if you want to drop the link to Hangouts or anything, you're more than welcome to. Hey, at least back here I don't have to write on the tops of cigarette packs anymore for my notes. I stuffed all those phone numbers in my phone book too. Yeah. Perry, thank you so much for showing up. And listen, couple weeks we're gonna do some kind of giveaway with maybe some silver and I don't know how it's gonna work yet. I haven't figured it out. I know, and you know what, Dallas? I've been a little distracted for a month. Okay. Yeah, everybody changed their name. See, when I go into like Hangouts, I'm the same name I am here. Easy to identify me. And sometimes all we get is the ceiling, and you know who I'm talking about. Well, Dallas, I am sorry for yelling, but I just don't like to see you guys argue. I love everybody. Y'all are like my sisters and my brothers, and so I just don't want to see anyone fight. I've been a little preoccupied with Kev, and I went down sick, and there's this weird smell in this room. I swear, it almost makes me want to think of natural gas or something. For you now, I'm getting a headache on the left side. It happened the other night too. And I pulled everything out and bleached everything in here. Yeah, Perry, this is forever changing this show. I mean, I even asked people, I said, well, should I do the videos or this or that? And everybody likes the show the way it is. So I'm like, I'm always up for ideas. If you think that you can give information to my full name, PhoebeMurphyWilcox@gmail.com. You can always write me, and I'm always up for stuff. And plus, I might do some call-ins too. See if anybody's real good in the subject. Lay off the beans. Yeah, I drank that whole pot of coffee in like 2.5 hours. I brought my thermos in tonight. But great having you guys. I love adding the chat and content, and that's cool. That's the way I like things in here. And thank you very much for stopping. Yeah, come on, Papa Drop. Ooh. That's okay. You guys only have 14 minutes to finish this, because I'm going to go offline. See, it's never going to end like this. Injun, see what you're doing? You guys, you keep it going. Just stop. Stop the little digs. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep festering. Stop with the digs. We're not liberals here. Come on, guys. I got to smoke another cigarette. You guys are... Yeah, I got to blame it on something, right? I was going to smoke another cigarette anyway. Yeah, right, Drop. I'm never going to grow up. I'm always going to have that child inside. Okay, yeah, Drop. When I close out, I'll come over. hang out for a little bit. Cool beans. Oh. The poor kids are coming, and I got to rearrange all the boxes in the other room. See, look, you guys just keep digging. Try to talk without like, just like this, just like that. Guys, do you realize that there were about 4 new people in here tonight on and off, and y'all have chased them out in the chat room? I don't think these people want to come in, especially new, and see people, especially mods, arguing and edging each other on and keeping this stuff festered. Oh, Bruce, I'm gonna snag that link too. I'll go ahead and save this. Oops, there it is. Oops, there it is. Yeah, Drop, I know. You I think I'm gonna set up a call-in next week. Or maybe the first of the month. I'll give me about 2 weeks to get some stuff together. I wanna get I get a little burner phone or something. And then I'll use it just for the show here. I won't set up the messages or anything like that. Just turn it off until we go, you know what I mean? Until I go live on the weekend, on Sundays and Monday. Yeah, Bruce, I bookmarked that link. So I can pull it down when I'm, you know, not doing stuff live and read into it. Thank you, Drop. Oh, I had those guys laughing after you left last night, and who was it? Someone fell asleep. They had about an hour and a half to rest before they had to make coffee and get up. So I tried hanging out. I went out there to be with him. So well, Dallas, there's always good in everything. You just gotta look. It's so easy to pick things apart and go negatively, but try looking at the bright side of things. There's always a bright side. Oh, did you guys see my cool little bracelet? That's an old thing too. I think it was my friend's mom's. So they gifted it to me. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Pretty nice piece for being pretty old. I bet it's like over 50 years old. Yeah, I don't want to step foot on a college. I'd get arrested for that. I don't know if I'd be able to control myself. That's like sending me to a buffet, Bruce. I'd rather just find a like-minded crowd. I don't want anything to do with any of the colleges. They trust is earned. You break someone's trust, they got to earn it back. That's all. Yeah, but you still gotta go on to the college campuses. I don't want nothing to do with the college campus. I'm sure they got something that isn't right there. I'll look around. Besides, I got Kev. I'm sure he knows how to do a ham radio. He's special. Well, never mind. Nope, that's not the way I open it, though. Nope, it's in one of them funny little areas. Wonder what happened there. Sorry, I was looking at something. What we got? We got 56 minutes. I want to go here. Thanks for dropping that link. My YouTube stop music. Hey, did you guys ever notice Obama stole the Pepsi logo? I can't wait to meet Aaron's sister and catch up with her and have lunch. Aaron, I gotta get you my number somehow. afraid to put it up in here because I'm having issues with the button things. Oh, I can do that drop? Maybe I'll get you to walk me through it. You got time, maybe tomorrow night? Come on, you guys know you want to dance. Alrighty, everybody. I'm going to shut it down. I love you all. God bless. Head at the drops place. Good night.